Again to C103. Hope you're enjoying your morning around the area, because I certainly am. I'm Don Bowles. Joining me here is Becky Cropper. I am out at the Brown County Fair, and it's the Little State Steam. If some of you have been listening for a while, you probably already know a little bit about this. But Becky, what did you guys do to get this weather? It's been raining for weeks and weeks and weeks, and now you're out here with 1,800 kids, and the weather's great.
Well, you know, when you're in Brown County, things go well on a daily basis.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what it is.
It's a little bit like being an Ohio State Buckeye fan,
Absolutely.
Right? Same thing.
Yes, it is.
Let's tell us. We talked a little bit on our last break about Little State Steam. Where'd you get the name Little State Steam?
Well, this happens to be the Little State Fairgrounds. So doing a STEAM activity, we just tagged it on Little State because the Senior Fair Board said, yes, you can use the ground. So it became Little State Steam.
Okay, you went to all the educators, you went to a whole bunch of vendors, and you said, I want to put this event together. What did you tell them? What did you tell them? How did you sell this?
One of the first things, Don, we talked to them about is what are some jobs you're going to have within your business in the future? What are some of your needs? What are some of those careers? So from that, we took that kind of information and said, these are some information in terms of, I need somebody who can do computers. I'm going to need somebody to do math. I need somebody in the art world. So took that to the education group, which is our schools, because Brown County Educational Service Center serves all the schools, and said, this is what we would like to suggest, and yes, we're on board because our students need this kind of exposure. And Don, I know you talked about the businesses a lot in the last one. I want to talk about the volunteer team for just a minute. We have over 54 volunteers that just came to help put things together. They're here managing the barns, those kind of things. We have a committee of 30 people that have helped plan this for about 18 months. And that's 30 people from different kinds of entities, from healthcare, from agriculture, from natural resources, from technology and manufacturing. So they're somewhat experts in terms of what they see within their categories that is needed here. So from that, then we started to branch out. Well, who do you know? Who we call that's in those different areas? Because what the students are doing is they travel around the building. The exhibitors are all color-coded. So I know if I'm at a yellow one, for example, I'm at healthcare. If I'm at a green one, I'm at agriculture. So the students have an idea who they're kind of talking to that's in one of those areas. So if they have a passion for healthcare, they're going to make sure they get to those yellow, or a passion for ag, passion for industry. So that is something we put together too to help those students a little bit. They're doing a scavenger hunt for some great prizes today in STEAM.
Okay, we talk about 1,800. I don't know if you can name all of them, but let's talk about which schools are here.
Absolutely. We have Greenfield here out of Highland County. We have Bright Local out of Highland County. We have West Union here, the elementary and the high school are here. Then we have Ripley, Georgetown, Eastern, Fayetteville, and Western Brown. So well represented in the region. Very excited to have that many students. And again, they're all 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th graders. Okay,
and when we talk about 6th, 7th, is it all the classes, or did they qualify to be here? How were they chosen to come?
It's the district. For example, Bright has 40 students here, and I'm not sure how they chose the 40. The other districts brought their whole group of maybe 6th or 7th. Western Brown brought their 9th graders because they have a second bus route. So because of bus transportation today, they only brought the one group.
So when we talk about these groups of kids, of course, you mentioned great prizes. I'm hoping I'm registered and eligible.
Absolutely.
But for those, but outside of that, what do you want the kids to leave here with today?
Absolutely. What we want them to leave with are a few things they're asking on their scavenger hunt. What did you like about your job? What did it take to get in your field? What would be some challenges? What do I need to study to do that job? And that may be technical school. It could be a university. What does it really take for me to become successful wherever I'm going to be employed someday? And even talk about what makes me happy in my job, because that's what's really important. We take any kind of job, that happiness factor is so critical too.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to be talking to a whole lot of people as the day goes on. Once again, we appreciate you listening here on C103. If you're listening on C103 and you couldn't watch, make sure you go to Good Guys Radio TV. You can watch it on our Facebook page. You can watch it on YouTube, or of course, goodguysradiotv.com.
And can I just mention, we have sponsors. We had 5 major sponsors and a lot of other ones that made sure this day happened too, because they believe in the mission of helping students learn about the STEAM career. So we want to thank them for what they did as part of this day too.
Okay, and who are those 5 sponsors? I would ask, wouldn't I? I put you on the spot.
Nippert Foundation. They're actually scrolling on the bottom of our screen today.
There we go.
Which is
good stuff.
Which is an absolute wonderful
Brandon
thing.
keeps us together.
Yes, he does.
Yes.
So those 5 sponsors are on the bottom of the screen.
Good. All right. Thank you again, Becky. We'll be back. We'll be talking to a whole lot of people between now and 1 o'clock this afternoon. Make sure you stay with us.